The playoffs have arrived. It is the start of Super Wild Card Weekend. And off we go here on this Saturday. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th NFL campaign.
I remember talking to him earlier this season, Mike, and he emphasized the importance of winning their division. That guarantees you host at least one playoff game. Well, that goal, that's been reached. Now, they have their sights set on something even bigger, but to accomplish that, they're going to have to take advantage of this opportunity right here in front of them. That starts by doing whatever it takes over these next couple hours to extend their season by one more week.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And nothing doing on that run. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. We have an early 3rd down coming up. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly, right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead here on Super Wild Card Weekend. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This taken around the 11. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his 2nd season in the NFL.
Getting your team to the playoffs, Mike, that's a massive accomplishment for any quarterback. But if he wants to take them on a deep run, can he find the balance of playing mistake-free football while also maintaining that aggressive approach that has gotten them here in the first place? It's certainly not going to be easy. This place is going to be rocking, and their opponents, they have championship aspirations of their own. But as long as he doesn't let the moment get too big for him, his team's going to have a shot to move on to next week.
They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll stick with him again. He'll push forward for about a yard. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle. 3rd down and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
Well, Mike, the other day we heard how the offensive coordinator wanted to start fast offensively, but here so far, it's been the pass rush and the defense who's gotten out to the quick start.
That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he finds some space, tackles after a gain of 7 on 1st down. 2nd down and 3. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. That's brought in right side by Pickens. And And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Back to the air again on second.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
They'll look to set up the screen here. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down. So the Steelers ready to kick this one skyward. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Those simple routes over the middle, Mike. Well, to the quarterback, they're not always so simple. I'll tell you why. There's a lot of bodies in the middle of the field. There's a lot of traffic. Those windows are hard to navigate the ball through safely. So what happens? Well, you saw it there. It's a prime area for throws to be intercepted.
Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's going to keep it himself. What a great gainer that is. He runs it down to the 5.
This defense is going to have to come up with some answers at halftime because they cannot allow this quarterback to just continue to have his way with them on the ground using his legs. And that's exactly what's happened so far here in the first half, and they're going to have to get that fixed and fixed quickly. It's a nice job here defensively. Down here tight, it's easy to be so concerned about stopping the pass that you lose sight of the quarterback when he decides to become a runner. Not the case here. He picks up a...
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Steelers will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A return coming from the 14. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Chiefs offense make their way out to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
That's into the hands of Worthy. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. They put a receiver in motion to the left. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of 14 yards. First down, Kansas City.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. 2nd and a yard. They'll look to throw yet again. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll look to throw again. He's got it at the 3. Now here's 2nd and goal. Back to the air one more time. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
4th and goal. Here's a zone read.
I don't mind the call. Down here this close to the goal line, you're trying to account for the extra defenders. In this case, you're trying to read them, but give credit to the defense. They had the running back accounted for and the quarterback.
So instead of going for the 1st down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs get their 1st points of the game. They trail 14-3.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
The Steelers offense ready for this next possession. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
This will be returnable from his own 15. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. They'll put a receiver in motion right. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. 1 quarter in the books in round 1 of these AFC playoffs. 14-3 is the score. And we're back to the Steel City after this. They face 2nd down and 7. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. Fighting off tacklers, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4. 3rd down, 3 to go. Motion man, set right. He's going to pick up the 1st down and more. 11 yards as they move the chains. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Sending a receiver right. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down and 8. Back to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down. At least it appears that way. He got it maybe by the length of the football. Receiver in motion, going right. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play. It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The Steelers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Into the hands of Pickens. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Medical staff going to take a look, see if he can continue here in this wild card round. To the air now on 1st and 10. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
On comes the punter now, as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Big play for KC. 33 yards.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. He'll go right and find his running back, and they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Slot receiver headed right. Now they'll set up to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. They'll throw out of the gun. He pulls it in around the 5.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Touchdown, KC. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Makes the score Steelers 14, Chiefs 10.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. He fields it at the 8. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
He'll look to throw. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. And maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. A big-time play for Pittsburgh. And even 30 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They motion the slot man left. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Leo Chenal, the linebacker, there for the tackle. Two minutes remain here in this first half. Back with more of the AFC playoffs after this. Here's a 2nd and 9. He'll drop to throw. That's caught. It's Roman Wilson. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
From the 1-yard line, first down and goal. From out of the gun, he'll throw to the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on. So often the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and that's exactly what we saw here. The pass rush disrupted this play from the very start. The quarterback has all of his attention on the rushers rather than his receivers downfield. All he can manage to do is get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. And he's not going to be able to get away. Might lose a yard. They've got him back at the 2. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Bates' kick is good. And the Steelers going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. Find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with first down and 10. Thrown left side. The catch is made. Inside the 30. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 73 yards. Touchdown, Kansas City. Using the tight end to get to the end zone. Greg, it's your old position. You're very familiar with that. That catch and carry. What an ability for your tight end to take it to the house.
Yeah, and this was never really the strength of my game, Mike, but we're seeing so many tight ends around the league who not only are great at securing the catch and making the tough ones, but it's their ability to extend the play after the catch that's separating them, just like we saw here.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense going to take over just before the half. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with first and 10. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Roman Wilson was the intended target, and it'll be second down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw, and they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. He's got his tight end. That's Freiermuth. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9. They'll look to throw again. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away. This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
That's to the sideline. It is intercepted, but I don't think he was able to stay in bounds. And indeed, the officials concur. It is incomplete. Very nearly a turnover.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and a big tight end momentarily. But first, let's give everyone a look at what's going on around the NFL. But first, let's remind everybody what's coming up tomorrow in the AFC. We've got the 3-6 game, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns squaring off against the Houston Texans. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. They'll return this from the 11. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Chiefs offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll throw it left and has his running back.
Mike, I love studying the NFL and just seeing the amount of ways NFL coordinators are able to get their running backs now involved in the passing game. They're kind of chess pieces. They can move them out in the slot. They can put them out wide, of course, out of the back.
And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. What a luxury to have in an offense, a tight end who can take it down the field like that and take it the distance. Shades of Greg Olsen back in the day.
Well, I appreciate that, Mike, but I think it's clear by now that we all know what's the most impactful position on offense. It's the tight end. And when you have a guy like this who can not only make those difficult catches underneath, but who can get down the field for these big plays, man, you got yourselves a weapon.
Steelers 17.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Oh, he's got room past the 30. The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the gun, here's a handoff. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Steelers getting ready to put this one away, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we take you through some of the highlights so far, you're going to see a lot of passing yards. He has carved up this defense, over 300 yards passing in the game, and has been sharp right from the start. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a design run. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Throwing now from the gun. Got a man over the middle. It's Worthy. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
There's just so many ways this offense can beat you, Mike. He adds such a layer to this offense with their ability to use him as a designed runner, and we can see there as he picks up the 1st down.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Now he's free at the 35. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
It's not a coincidence, Mike, that the best offenses in the NFL are all excellent at yards after the catch. It's a combination of a few things: a highly accurate quarterback and the ability of the scheme to get open players in open space. Once you do that, the rest is up to them.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. That's complete, left side to Worthy. And he's into the end zone. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Makes the score, Chiefs 31, Steelers 17.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Back to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up. He'll try to run for it. He will have a Steelers first down. It was 3rd and 3, and they picked up 6.
And this has been a familiar sight all day today for this defense. They have no answer for this quarterback as a runner. That last scramble puts him over 100 yards for the day.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Quick throw here is complete. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
At the Chiefs' 34-yard line.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Back to the air one more time. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
At the 23-yard line.
They'll look to throw yet again. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now they'll set up to throw. That one caught by Wilson. That's a gain of 6.